Alright guys, I have just two questions. Does the Raikage think he's level 2 Vegeta? And also, is the Mizukage part of the Uzumaki clan? Alright guys, this is another terrific episode for 323. Yes, the animation wasn't all that good, and there was a shit ton of dust that was lingering from last week's episode from the meteorite, and this dust lingered throughout the entire episode. But despite that little drawback, and as always, I'm gonna include a ton of interesting new pictures with funny comments to narrate and review the episode to make it even better. So, let's dive in. So, it starts off with the Mokoton Jutsu of Madara and the Rubber Band Man. When he saw it, he was like, damn, he can do wood style too? The Ninetales, he says to Naruto, hey, I'm gonna lend you my chakra. But then Naruto was like, no, you're gonna turn me evil. And then the Ninth convinces Naruto, no, I prefer to have you control me instead of Madara. Then Naruto goes gorilla shit and uses so much Oramawa Sengans I couldn't even count it. I mean, even the Ninetales is rooting for Naruto, which is actually character development for the Ninetale itself. There's so much character development in this episode. Even Madara compliments Naruto, saying he's quite the guy. But you guys have to remember that it took all this power just to stop the Mokoton Wood Tree Jutsu. All the Ninetales power. So that was kind of crazy how strong Madara is. And then after that exchange, we are greeted with a nice pleasing flashback of Onoki, who still had the bumps back in his nose from way back. And Onoki talks about the agreement when he was young in flashback and mentions Lord Hashirama. And Madara tells him, man, fuck the alliance. And just bow down and suck the fucking Hidden Leaf's cock, Then after he comes out of the flashback, then he commits the act of talk no jutsu, talking about how old he was and how old he is and how much he's learned, and then this war is different, they're fighting for each other and not taking stuff from each other and headed toward peace. Madara is like, nah man, this fucking place can slumber in an infinite Tsukuyomi. This part is actually interesting because, again, character development. Onoki, instead of just standing for his own village, he's now claiming that he's going to reclaim himself and he's no longer going to forsake himself. Anyway, back at HQ, Tsunade says he's going to head out, and Mabui, that's a sexy fine sister, she pleads with Tsunade about how vigorous her instant transmission can be and how it's only for bad asses, like Goku, right? Mabui looks at Raikage, hopefully to see if she could get some help from him. And he's like, my boy, make it for two, bitch. Make it for two. Then we go to the scene of Naruto's other clone tripping up and the new generation swordsman, Chojo, slicing up the black Zetsu. He finds his balls and gets more confidence, which again is more character development. Shikaku butts in and tells Genma to ready his flying Raijin for the Mizukage. Then lo and behold, Mabui does her instant transmission technique and Goku says, hi. No. Tsunade kicks Madara, who blocks, and Raikage punches Mu, but Madara takes a fall well, but Mu crashes in the ground. Then Tsunade uses her mitotic regeneration jutsu, which obviously comes from Mito of the Uzumaki clan. By the way, I always want to know, is, the Mizukage part of the Uzumaki clan because she got red hair? Anyway, then they start to do the transportation, and then they transport Mizukage, and the guy with the Byakugan, with the Byakugan veins all over his face, like Neji. He says, it takes the three of us, and then the Mizukage appears on the battlefield to complete the 5 Kages. This epic scenery and this epic picture signifies the half of the episode. They face off, and then Tsunade tells Mizukage and Raikage to fight while she heals Gaara and Onoki. Raikage turns into Super Saiyan Level 2, and the Mizukage spits out so much backed up cum from her mouth. You can literally see the cum dripping off the side of her mouth. I'm like, wow. Then the Raikage quickly punches Madara downward, And oh my god, I knew you guys missed it, but the Mizukage spread her legs and showed us that $1,000,000 Whew. She spreads her legs on purpose. Even Madara sees it. Talk about flashing no jutsu, right? Then Madara, he gets all covered up, impregnated with the cum. The father ninjas, they feel out of place, and then they decide to fight Moon instead of Madara, obviously. And then Madara emerges dripping with cum shot. Mizukage tells Madara she doesn't want him. And then Madara gets pissed off about it. He shoots off the Yasaka beads, like Itachi, like when we saw in the previous episodes. Which Itachi's uses only one hand and is much smaller, but Madara uses 2 hands from his Susanoo and for his string of Yasaka beads, and it's much longer. So basically, he tests out this attack on their defenses and launches the attack, and boom! The stone golem gets fucked by Madara from Gaara's mom, who uses a strap-on dick to fuck it. Gaara gets pissed off because that never happened to him when his mom never did that to him. And he launches his sand at the Susanoo. But, as you would expect, it can't hold him down. The Susanoo explodes the pyramid and goes gorilla shit on him. Lord Mu saw the Tsuchikage lightning and the Raikage. Lord Mu saw the Tsuchikage lightning the Raikage. And then he underestimated them, and then kapow! Kaplow! Even breaks. He punches Lord Mu, and then after that he goes after the to Madara, and then gives him the hard ass punch that even the Tsuchikage made more mass so that it could have more impact. Kaplow! And then even it breaks up the spine of the Susanoo, and Madara is like, fuck! And then of course Madara falls down with the Susanoo from that epic combination attack. Then Onoki starts, once again, his talk no jutsu to convince Naruto this time to get off the battlefield, that he's not needed, and the other Kages chime in, and they all use the Brady Bunch no jutsu. Naruto feels all happy and giddy inside, and his clone disappears. This is the final scene now. We see Naruto is basically inspired from the Kages, and not looking ahead of himself where he's going. He keeps running and running. Then Holy House on the Prairie. They kiss. Then conveniently, the show ends. They go into this new ending with Naruto having tight women's pants and the rainbow, which symbolizes you-know-what. Anyway, for my chapter review, I'm gonna say it was a setup episode that doesn't deserve a 10/10 approval because the animation went down, but there was a lot of character development with Onoki, the Kages, so even the Nine Tails. So story progression was also good, and I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good setup episode in my opinion. Then, for the preview of the next episode, which is called Unbreakable Mask and Shattered Bubble, we see Roshi, the 4-tailed Jinchuriki, an awesome-looking jutsu. We saw the 6-tailed Jinchuriki, Ukataka. And you know what you guys think? Do you guys think Naruto's gonna defeat them? I think not. He and Killer B are well outnumbered here. So, well guys, that's all I got for this review and speculation of next week's episode, 324. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, sayonara.